Hey friends, it's me, Princess Candy Cotton. I am so excited that you're joining me for another book. Today I have a book called Mina's Rain Dance. This is written by Sarah McAneney and illustrated by Zita Varga. So excited to read it. Okay. Mina was a little girl who loved to dance. She would dance all the way to school in the morning, past Mr. Brady's umbrella stand, and past Miss May's sunflower garden. After school, she would dance all the way home again. Mina's favorite thing was her Friday ballet class. The only problem was that Mina was a terrible dancer. When the whole class danced left, she would dance right, and when they danced right, she would dance left. When she twirled, she would bump into the other dancers, sometimes accidentally knocking them over. She could never remember the steps in class, so she made up her own. Mrs. Prim, the ballet teacher, would look at her and sigh. "Oh dear Mina," the other girls giggled behind her back. But Mina's mother always encouraged her, hugging her and saying, "It's okay, Mina, just be you and dance from your heart." When the time came for the end of the year ballet performance, however, Mrs. Prim pulled Mina aside and said, "Mina, I'm so sorry, but we can't let you perform. We can't have children being injured on stage." Mina ran home sobbing. She had been so looking forward to dancing in the end of the year performance. She was running past Mr. Brady's umbrella stand when suddenly she saw something that stopped her in her tracks. Mr. Brady was crying too. "Mr. Brady, why are you crying?" she asked. "Because we haven't had rain in months and no one is buying my umbrellas. Now I don't have enough money to buy Christmas presents for my children," he replied. "Oh, Mr. Brady, I'm so sorry," she said. She didn't know what else to say. Suddenly her problems didn't seem so bad. As she continued home, Mina could not stop thinking about Mr. Brady's children and how sad they would be on Christmas Day. She thought about it all weekend. As she walked to school on Monday, still deep in thought, Mina noticed that Miss May's sunflowers were not facing the sun as usual. They looked droopy and scattered, reaching towards different parts of the sky as if searching for rain clouds. At school, Mina told her best friend Ollie about Mr. Brady. They both agreed that the situation was terrible. "My mom said that we're in a drought," said Ollie. "What's a drought?" asked Mina. "It's when it doesn't rain for a long, long time," Ollie replied. It was then that Mina decided that she needed to make it rain. Mina went to the library and took out all of the books she could find on how to make it rain. She read them all cover to cover. Once she was sure she knew what to do, she went to the bandstand in the middle of the town square with Ollie. One of the dances Mina read about had rain queens, so she put on a paper crown that she'd made earlier that day and asked Ollie to read out the steps. "Put your hands up as if you are trying to reach a rain cloud," said Ollie. Mina stretched as tall as she could. "And now quickly, drag the cloud down," Ollie instructed her. Mina did exactly as he asked. "And now imagine that you can run on that cloud." Mina started running in place. But when she looked up, the sky was still blue with no sign of clouds. Disappointed, Mina stopped dancing. Then, suddenly, a single raindrop fell on her paper crown and rolled down her forehead. "I know what we need to do," said Mina excitedly. "Come with me. I read about another dance that is done as a pair." "Okay, but who is going to read us the instructions?" Ollie asked. "I can do that," someone said behind them. When they turned around, they could see Mr. Brady watching them with a big smile. Mina handed him a book with the instructions. "Okay, you ready?" Mr. Brady asked. "Then close your eyes." He began to read the instructions aloud. "Imagine you are a bird. Spread your arms as if they are wings." Mina and Ollie did just that, their fingers lightly touching one another's. "Now, imagine a wind. Move with it. Feel it," Mr. Brady kept reading. "Imagine that you are on a mountain peak. Imagine endless valleys in front of you." And they did move, each of them in their own way. With their eyes closed, they could not see that people were gathering to watch them. When they opened their eyes, they saw a crowd had gathered. Another single raindrop fell and landed on Mr. Brady's head. Mina felt hopeful. She decided to try one more ritual. So she ran to Mr. Brady's stand, took an umbrella, and danced her way through the crowd, asking people to splash some water on the umbrella. As she was dancing, she could see more and more people arriving at the town square, including Miss May, Mrs. Prim, and even the town mayor. But this time, there was not even one drop of rain. Mina felt defeated and hopeless. She returned the umbrella to Mr. Brady. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Brady. I really wanted it to rain so that your children could have Christmas presents this year. I tried my best," she said. "I know you did your best, Mina," Mr. Brady replied. "Thank you so much for trying anyway." Mina walked slowly down the steps of the bandstand with tears in her eyes bigger than the 2 raindrops that had fallen. It was then that she suddenly remembered her mother's words. "Just be you, Mina, and keep dancing from your heart." She took a moment to listen to her heart, and then she began to dance. She sashayed, she shimmied, and she twirled like a top. Her moves were clumsy, but now she was dancing not as some rain queen or ballerina, not using rules or rituals, but as Mina. Then she began to sing. "I've tried my best and learned a lot, but this is the land the rain forgot. 2 drops of rain won't get us out of this nasty, horrible, terrible drought. So now I'm going to dance as me. I'll use my own choreography. So won't everybody please join in and move with the voice of your heart within." Ollie was the first to join in, followed by Mr. Brady, who was also a terrible dancer, and the kids from dance class. Soon everyone, including the town mayor, joined in. A light rain began to fall as the people of the town sang and danced. "We are all dancing, and now it is raining. Dance your own moves. You don't need training. Move to the voice of your heart within. Don't be afraid. Everybody join in." Suddenly, there was a loud crack of thunder, followed by lightning and heavy rain. Everyone got soaked and started heading home. But first, the crowd went to Mr. Brady's stand, and everyone brought an umbrella. Mina danced home slowly with a giant smile on her face. She didn't care about getting soaked. She danced past Miss May's sunflowers, and they all seemed to be standing tall and refreshed. Then she stopped at Mr. Brady's stand. It was empty and he was packing it up. He had sold every last umbrella. Mr. Brady beamed from ear to ear. "Thank you, Mina. Please keep dancing and don't ever stop," he called out. Mina danced all the way home, delighted in the rain. The end. Thank you so much for joining me for this awesome story, Mina's Rain Dance. You can find more about the author and a link to this book right underneath the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so we can keep reading books together because I love reading with you. See you next time.